Fellow citizens, as the chill of winter approaches, I urge you to listen closely to this pressing call to action. Experts warn of a winter more severe than any in recent memory. We can't control the weather, but we can control how prepared we are to face it. Take the necessary steps to prepare by stocking up on essential groceries before the start of November. Here are 15 essential items you must gather before it's too late. Let's get you prepped and ready. We're talking survival essentials, the kind of items that can make or break your experience in the wild. When you're out there, far from the comforts of home, every little thing counts. And out in the wild, I've learned to appreciate the basics. The simplicity of a well-packed kit, the warmth of a campfire, and the reliability of good gear can make all the difference. Powdered milk, often overlooked, is a real game changer when fresh milk is scarce. It's lightweight, easy to store, and incredibly versatile. Whether you're on a long hike or in an emergency situation, having powdered milk on hand can be a lifesaver. It's not just for drinking, it's your secret weapon for cooking and baking too. Imagine being able to whip up a batch of pancakes or bake a cake even when you're miles away from the nearest grocery store. Powdered milk makes it possible. This stuff is built to last, with a shelf life that'll outlast most expeditions, up to 20 years when stored right. It's a staple for any long-term food storage plan, ensuring you have a reliable source of nutrition no matter what. For a family of 4, aim for around 30 pounds. This amount will ensure you have enough to cover your needs for an extended period, whether you're planning for a camping trip or preparing for emergencies. Just add water and boom, instant milk, ready for anything. It's as simple as that, whether you're making a quick breakfast, adding it to your coffee, or using it in a recipe. Powdered milk is a versatile and essential part of your survival kit. Folks, let me tell you, if there's one pantry staple you don't want to overlook, it's canned bacon. Bacon isn't just mouth-wateringly delicious, it's packed with protein and fat, vital for maintaining energy, especially in tough situations. Canned bacon's got your back. We're talking a shelf life of up to 10 years if you store it right. Canned bacon is versatile: breakfast, soups, stews, casseroles, you name it. Store it in a cool, dry spot, away from direct sunlight or extreme temperatures. Out in the wild, protein is king. And when it comes to long-lasting protein, canned meat is your best bet. We're talking chicken, beef, tuna, salmon, a whole world of flavor packed into these little lifesavers. For a 3-month supply, aim for at least 60 cans per person. Store them in a cool, dry spot and make sure you rotate your stock regularly. Protein is what's going to keep your energy levels up and your spirits high. Dried beans, tiny survival champions. These small but mighty legumes are often overlooked, yet they play a crucial role in our survival strategies. Don't let their size fool you. Dried beans are nutritional powerhouses and absolute essentials for your emergency food stockpile. Packed with protein, fiber, vitamins and minerals, they provide a balanced diet in times of need. They're built to last, with a shelf life of up to 30 years when stored correctly. This makes them an invaluable resource for long-term food storage, ensuring you have a reliable source of nutrition when fresh food is scarce. For a year's supply, aim for at least 100 pounds of dried beans per person. This quantity ensures that you have enough to meet your dietary needs, providing essential nutrients and energy. Soak them overnight to reduce cooking time and enhance digestibility. This simple step not only makes them easier to cook, but also helps in breaking down complex sugars, making them gentler on your digestive system. You can even grind them into flour for baking or sprout them for a fresh addition to your meals. Bean flour can be used in a variety of recipes, adding a nutritional boost to your baked goods. Sprouted beans, on the other hand, offer a crunchy texture and a burst of freshness, perfect for salads and sandwiches. Honey, nature's liquid gold. Honey isn't just a delicious treat, it's a true survival essential. Properly stored honey boasts an indefinite shelf life. For a year's worth of use, aim to stockpile at least 10 pounds of honey per person. Use it for baking, cooking, or adding a touch of sweetness to your coffee and tea. Store it in a cool, dry place in a tightly sealed container. Peanut butter, power-packed goodness. Peanut butter isn't just delicious, it's a survival staple, a powerhouse of energy and nutrition. When stored properly, peanut butter can last up to 2 years. Aim for at least 10 jars per person for a 3-month supply. Peanut butter is incredibly versatile. Use it in cooking, baking, or as a quick and easy snack. Canned vegetables. Vitamins in a can. Canned vegetables are a lifesaver when fresh produce is scarce, providing a concentrated dose of nutrients. They're built to last, with a shelf life of 1 to 5 years. Aim for at least 100 cans per person for a 3-month supply. Choose a mix of canned veggies like green beans, corn, peas, carrots, and mixed vegetables. Just remember to drain and rinse them before cooking to reduce the sodium content. Rice, the foundation of resilience. Rice is a cornerstone of cultures around the world for a reason. It's built to last, with a shelf life of 25 to 30 years when stored correctly. For a year's supply, aim to store around 100 pounds of rice per person. Rice is incredibly versatile. Store it in a cool, dry environment in airtight containers or mylar bags with oxygen absorbers. Pasta, fueling your inner explorer. Pasta. It's not just delicious comfort food, it's a survival essential. Pasta is budget-friendly, easy to store, and boasts a long shelf life of up to 2 years. Aim for about 50 pounds of pasta per person for a year's supply. Pair it with canned sauces, fresh vegetables, meats, or just some olive oil and garlic. Store it in a cool, dry place in airtight containers. Canned fruit, a taste of sweetness. When fresh fruit is scarce, canned fruit is a lifesaver, a burst of sweetness and essential vitamins. It's built to last with a shelf life of 1 to 2 years. Aim for at least 50 cans of fruit per person for a 3-month supply. Enjoy it straight from the can, add it to yogurt or oatmeal, or use it in baking. Lentils, small but mighty. Lentils might be small, but they're nutritional powerhouses packed with protein, fiber, vitamins, and minerals. They're built to last, with an impressive shelf life of up to 2 years. Aim for at least 50 pounds of lentils per person for a year's supply. Store them in a cool, dry spot in airtight containers or mylar bags with oxygen absorbers. Oats are fueling your inner strength. Oats aren't just a breakfast staple, they're a survival essential. They're incredibly shelf-stable, with a shelf life of up to 30 years when stored correctly. For a year's supply, aim for at least 50 pounds of oats per person. Use them for breakfast, add them to smoothies, or use them in baking. Store them in a cool, dry place in airtight containers or mylar bags with oxygen absorbers. Salt, the essence of survival. Salt isn't just a seasoning, it's an essential element for survival. Salt has an indefinite shelf life. For a year's supply, aim to store at least 10 pounds of salt per person. Store it in a cool, dry place in airtight containers. Sugar, a touch of sweet relief. Sugar isn't just a sweetener, it's a source of quick energy. Sugar has an indefinite shelf life. Aim to store at least 20 pounds of sugar per person for a year's supply. Store it in a cool, dry place in airtight containers. Coffee and tea, a boost for morale. Coffee and tea aren't just beverages, they're morale boosters. Aim to store at least 5 pounds of coffee and 5 pounds of tea per person for a year's supply. Store them in a cool, dry place in airtight containers. A little bit of comfort can go a long way when you're facing the unknown. Remember, the time to act is now. As the days grow shorter and the nights colder, it's crucial to start thinking ahead. November is just around the corner, and with it comes the unpredictable weather that can catch us off guard. Don't wait for the storm to hit before you start preparing. The rush to the grocery store at the last minute can be overwhelming and stressful. Instead, take a proactive approach and start gathering your supplies early. Ensure your family's security and peace of mind by stocking up on these essential groceries before the start of November. Think about non-perishable foods, bottled water, and other necessities that will keep you comfortable and safe during a storm. Out in the wild, I've learned that survival isn't just about having the right gear, it's about having the right mindset. Being mentally prepared for any situation is just as important as having the physical tools to handle it. So let's face this winter head-on, armed with the knowledge, the supplies, and the unwavering spirit to overcome any challenge. Create an emergency kit that includes flashlights, batteries, blankets, and first aid supplies. Make sure everyone in your household knows the plan and is ready to act if needed. Stay prepared, stay safe, and take care of your loved ones. In times of uncertainty, the strength of your family and community will shine through. Together we can weather any storm and emerge stronger on the other side.